Hello. There we go. Hello and welcome. I think I'm off center. Slightly better. Hello. Welcome to another stream. I'm Solar Loon. I'm an independent game developer. I'm the creator of MasterPlan. I'm the creator of Tetra 3D. And today I'll be working on MasterPlan, which is a project planning software primarily for independent game developers. It's available on itch.io. It's available on Steam. If you buy it on itch, you also get a Steam key. Yeah. So we're going to be working on that a little bit today. But I wanted to kind of show the progress I made on this adventure game that I was working on last stream. Managed to get quite a bit more done. Ported it, or not ported it, but put a build on Steam Deck. It's working well. And I'll show you what it looks like now. Yeah, so we have it's PS1 styled, as you can see. I made this big like overarching like surveillance tower where you can kind of see different billboards and stuff on top of it, alongside like cameras to watch the city. If we head back, we have now this kind of bigger apartment complex with different doors and things like that. Big cells or big holes in the center of the of the place for I don't know. It just feels cyberpunky to have just giant gaping holes. One of them is for the elevator shaft, so this will be an elevator you can take to go up or down. And there's a terminal in here, and I'm aware that it's all like glitchy. The elevator needs work, but yeah, there's a terminal in here you can go ahead and click on and interact with, and it will basically allow you to see news for this block, which is like your city, and then you can also enter different floors to go to. In addition, if we go all the way back over here, the guy I was working on, I made a pretty good amount of progress on him. Pretty good amount. He's now walking around, and we can go up and talk to him. He will face us if we move around, and he also will not like rotate his head too much. Yeah, so it's not perfect, but it works pretty well. It looks pretty good. It's a fine day, isn't it? And it's like, nah, dude, not at all. This looks like trash. But yeah, something I was thinking about when I was playing on the deck, where it's not too aggressive, the like triangle bending there, because the screen resolution is smaller. But I'm thinking that maybe the reason why the triangles are bending really heavily here, because I think I need to like subdivide this a little bit more. But part of the reason why the triangle bending is so aggressive is because the field of view is really high. It's like a 90-degree field of view. Most console games were probably like 40 or even less, or not even were. Most console games are 40 or even less. So I probably could get away with this kind of bending if the screen, for example, if we look at it like this, I'm trying to get a shot where the camera is really bending. The textures on the side are really bending. Okay, yeah, like that. Like this would probably be fine if the camera only went out to like here, like this area. If we cut it basically in half, then it wouldn't look so bad, right? Because the camera bending wouldn't be so noticeable. I mean, it would if you were like right up against it, but it wouldn't be so noticeable in transit. Like you wouldn't see it down here that much because the camera would be restricted. So we can give that a shot. We can go ahead and try that and see what that looks like if we take it down. I think it's like 90 or so. If we take it down to maybe just 60, we'll see what that looks like. And maybe the maximum would be 90 or something. Yeah, you can see it's or it's 74. Okay. So yeah, we could take it down to probably like 60, 50, 55, something like that. Yeah, now it's not really as noticeable on the edges. Interesting how this interesting how this works, because it's like um it is zoomed in more, of course. But yeah, it doesn't really, like, you don't really see it as much. You don't really see the bending of the camera nearly as much. What is that? What's I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure what that is. In any case, but yeah, I mean, like, I could see, cutting down the field of view like this, and this feels very PlayStation One, like in terms of both the assets, the technologies, the way it all renders, but also the field of view, like that plays into the experience as well. And that also is a little better because when you have a shorter field of view, or a longer field of view, I guess you could say, a wider field of view, it's harder to get close to things, because the things in the center of the screen are smaller, and the things on the edges are bigger, right? That's what makes the field of view uh, more wide. So that means that it's harder to look at things that are really close to the camera. It's hard to get close to things. Now you can get close to this thing without really trying to. Like before, I would have to be like right up on it like this in order to like really see it. Now I can use it from a pretty comfortable distance away. So that's probably for the best, that I kind of lessen the field of view a little bit. That allows this to be a little more easily visible. All right. Well, yeah. So this is one I've done. It's really shaping up, really looking pretty good. Tested it on Steam Deck, really felt solid. I was sitting at like 5 hours of battery at 60 FPS playing it, which is pretty good, I'd say. It's not as small as it could be, but I feel like if you were to make this even in a modern 3D engine like Unreal or Unity or Godot, even though it would, obviously be able to run much better, I don't think that it would actually have better battery life. I feel like it would probably be kind of comparable. So I'm pretty satisfied with this. If it can run on a Steam Deck and run well, and have good battery, it's like, well, that kind of hits the things I'm looking for out of this little project, out of Tetra 3D. So I'm pretty happy with this. Pretty happy with this. This is shaping up. But MasterPlan, that's what we're going to be working on today. MasterPlan. So if you're unfamiliar with MasterPlan, it is a project planning software. It is a tool specifically for making it is a tool specifically for me. Oh yeah, that's right. Actually, let me go back and mention this. Um, I also am just like, making little changes and improvements to Tetra 3D as well as I work on it. As I work on this game, one of the things I added was the ability. Oh, it's Kinta says hello. Hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for stopping in. But something I added was the ability to. I never. Oh, okay, no, this isn't Tetra 3D. This is just something for my own purposes. But I added the ability to like substitute variables in for arguments. So, for example, percent sign %s, and then I can put in the name of a property. How does our beloved anime man look like? He looks good. I showed it a little, just a couple minutes ago, like 2 or 3 minutes ago. But if you walk over here, you can now see him walking around, living his life, dude, spinning and stuff, um, turning and things like that. Something that I added was the ability as well to talk to him, so you can click on him like that, and he'll also face us as he does, as he talks to us. And if we go too far, then he won't like turn his head like 180 degrees, but it'll turn back to face us. So yeah, that's pretty good. Something else I added is that you won't be able to hear people if they're too far, if you're too far away. I forgot to mention that actually. If you're too far away from characters, they will just show up as like a dot 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 icon, and then when you get close enough, you'll be able to hear them. I thought it would be interesting to be able to, for example, have a conversation between NPCs where you're not talking to them, they're talking to each other, but you won't be able to actually hear them. You won't be able to actually determine what they're saying unless you're physically close enough. Because then you can have a nice little puzzle where maybe you have to like get to somebody who's maybe repeating a password or something like that, like, you know, in the corner, and when he sees you, you are he'll stop talking or something, so you have to go to a different location and like come around the wall or something, and then you can hear him when you're close enough. You can see the text box. I thought that would be a cool little feature. Or if two people are talking, you won't, you know, they'll be talking to each other and you won't really be able to understand them unless you're close enough. That is also good because that, in addition for immersion, it's also good because like you don't have this massive text box on screen for everybody. It's only visible for people who are talking, that you're close enough to like register what they're talking about. So that allows me to have, you know, conversations or you know, things that people are saying constantly, but I don't have to display illegible text boxes or you know, illegible because they're too small, or illegible text boxes, you know, constantly where it's like far away and there's, you know, 18 people having conversations and there's all these text boxes or something like that. You know, you can have this little icon, and I need to replace that icon with the system I'm using. I like that I can point to what I'm talking about. The way I'm rendering this text box is basically on a UI layer on top of the screen. I want to probably put this in that same layer, because that way it will appear crisp and it won't get smaller as I get further away. It will be in a fixed location as I walk away. And then it could also just be smaller. It doesn't have to be that big. So you get big enough, and then it turns into a normal text box. I can add a little speech bubble or something. And I kind of want to add like a yes or no system. Like he says, it's a fine day, isn't it? It'd be cool if you could like nod or shake your head to like say yes or no. Or be able to select options. I'm not sure which of the two I want. I'm not sure how deep I want conversation to be, because yeah, you can get kind of close. It's just like he's like you're so close to this guy. It also makes the UI clean, really neat text box. Thank you. Yeah, so that's kind of what what I worked on so far. It's really working and feeling pretty good. I want a different animation for when you're like going to talk to someone, like maybe you're like having your hand out like this or something like that, or waving. But overall, I think this is pretty good. I kind of also want to do a Bethesda-esque like camera recenters when you click on someone automatically, so that you don't have to do it. Because like you walk up to them, you right click and then click on them to talk to them. He's too fast. And then like you have to right click again to like recenter. So I don't know. Booping his nose for yes. Boop. Yeah. Just right there. I mean, like maybe that's not a bad idea. Maybe like his dialogue is here and the options are down here or something. There's a couple ways I could do it, but I kind of like the fully immersive like yes and no system that would restrict you to only having yes and no like prompts. But I do like the idea of it being just like super duper simple. Okay, the hand was not animating before. I was like, why isn't it animating? Now I know why. So that's an idea. I kind of like that idea of like, you know, being able to say yes and no and just like recognizing these movements. but I'm not sure how accessible that is because people, may not be able to make those kinds of really like strict movements. How are you today? Yes. What can I do for you? No. It's a fine day, isn't it? No. Yes. That'd be kind of cool. I feel like it would be dope, but I also feel like it's so restrictive. But at the same time, like, how far can I get with that kind of a system? A yes or no. So I guess you have yes, no, and proceed, right? So you can like say, what can I do for you? It's a fine day, isn't it? You can say yes, no, or you can just click. So poke him in the eye. So I can't think of any other game with such a system of shaking your head. I've seen, I think Alpha Beta Gamer, the YouTube channel, he does it sometimes. Like, when he's like showing a game, he'll like shake his head or something, shake the camera. And I think it'd be cool if that was like a mechanic, like yes or no. But I kind of feel like I want more options, but I also feel like this isn't that kind of a deep conversational game where you have a deep, a lot of interaction with NPCs. Most of the interactions are going to be surface level because your goal is not to talk to people. Really, your goal is to kind of like get information out of people by either through conversation or by giving them items or something, and then get to the end of the game. Like your goal is not to like, it's not, you're not a detective trying to solve crimes or something like that. You're just trying to get to like your daughter's school to pick her up, something like that. So how you do that, you have to get through different blockades where it's like, oh, the sewer's flooded, so the subways are out, so you have to find an alternate path. Oh, this guy dropped all the crates on the path, so you need to like do something else, where you need to talk to people and figure out like, oh, what's this password? Oh, what item do I need, or I need to give you this item. And there's not a lot of conversation between you and the other person, the other NPCs. So I kind of feel like the yes no system would be cool, and would give you a little bit more connection as well to the conversation because it would feel more analog. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'll see if I can maybe like figure out such a system. Maybe I will just uh, commit myself to that system and just design the game around it rather than being like, it's too restrictive. Yeah, well, it's restrictive. That's fine. The game is restrictive. The art style is restrictive. It's all restrictive. Like the game is not a game where you go everywhere and do everything. You're going on one quest, essentially, doing one thing, and it's just all about that thing. The art style is very restrictive as well. It's PlayStation-esque. So I mean, like, you could have a restrictive system where it's like you can only say one of two things. Maybe I can play that into the gameplay somehow, where like you can't talk. So because you can't talk, because maybe you had a recent like maybe you're sick, maybe you have a throat problem, so you can't talk, so you can only say yes or no. That would kind of make sense. And then maybe you can unlock different hand signs. Maybe I could do that too. Maybe you have different hand signs, and like one is a wave, one is like maybe different gestures, and you could use those gestures as like keys to get through different places. That'd be kind of cool. Kind of like sign language, but not that deep. It's just a few signs. So you could do like uh you know yes or no. But I mean, if you have the if you have the keys or the method to like switch between hand signs to represent keys, that kind of like complicates it. I want to keep it simple. So maybe just yes and no. I have to figure out how I can determine with reasonable accuracy when you do a yes or no. Something like that. Yes. No. Evil corporation stole my voice. Now I have to find a way to get it back. That's very cyberpunk, but in a very cyberpunk in a way that like what's the word? Very cyberpunk but like in a quest against the evil corporation way, which I mean that's fine, but at the same time I kind of want it to be just like he's just a guy who's sick. Like not everything not everything has to be that's the kind of the thing that's tough about making the game is that I'm leaning very heavily into like cyberpunk aesthetics. It's clearly cyberpunk is clearly, or clearly trying to be dystopian, kind of cyber technology, watch state kind of area, kind of vibe, but I don't want it to be where it's like that's the point of the game. Like even if that's what's going on, that's just the setting, and the gameplay is one of, whatever the gameplay is about. It's not really about that. This is just a setting in which it's a setting I find interesting, and that it enables the development of various stories and various kind of, examinations of human nature and human, development and human interaction, social interactions. But it's not like it's about, going against the evil corporations and, running in the shadows. It's not, that's not the point. So or at least that's not the point of this. So I think it'd be cool to like make a game like this where it's just, this is kind of the setting and you're just kind of a dude doing different things. Anyway, but this is shaping up. It's looking pretty good, feeling pretty solid. And I like the idea of saying yes and no. I have to figure out if I can code something like that where we can determine, let me see if I can do that now. I just want to see what that would look like. Let's get some music going. I'll go to MasterPlan in a couple seconds. I just want to give a quick little run through of how this might work. All right, somewhere around there, I would say. Okay, so the idea that if we're gonna do this, if I'm gonna do this, it would have to be some kind of time to tune in to Solar Tunes FM. basically, yeah. I'm thinking that basically, it would have to be some kind of gesture detection system. So let's make that. Let's make gestures.go package main. Whoops. So my idea is that basically you can pass it any numbers and then it can determine those numbers changing in sequence that represents a gesture. So you could say like a gesture for shaking your head up and down is -1 for down, or 1 for down, -1 for up, 1 for down, -1 for up. And so if it detects those like points, then it's like, okay, yeah, that's that gesture. So register gestures. The gesture like this. So a gesture is just a sequence of basically number extents. So I'm just going through like some gestures, like up and down, shaking your head. If you could do like that, that'd be great. But there's no tilt, because that would be like, huh, right? Just having your head hang low, like if you're sad. That would. What if he's like, like you had to talk to someone and he's upset, or you're asking for someone for something and he's like, don't cry, like don't get upset, I'm not gonna give it to you, and you go like this and he's like, don't give me that. Fine, here you go. That would be funny. That'd be interesting. What if so yeah, a gesture is just basically a sequence of numbers, and the input numbers basically have to touch those numbers sufficiently. So pretty much the head location would be at 0, and you have to reset every time you go into a chat mode, I suppose. Yeah, the gesture detector would have to basically reset those numbers, either when the gesture is not found, when the gesture is found, it gives you the gesture that it detected, or if you reset, yeah, if you like leave chat mode. Because then you wouldn't even have to go, wait, hold on, because the current system, you have to like enter and exit chat mode, which is, interact mode, which is not great. So maybe you don't even have to use the hand at all when you go to talk to someone. Maybe you can just left click to like hail them, and then from there you can like say yes like that to move on to the next thing. Oh, that's so analog. I love it. That's so grimy. It's so cool, dude, to just be like, no, but that's so much like head shaking. I don't know. I gotta see it. This is such a cool idea. I don't know if I gotta try it. So the extents, it's just a sequence of float 64s, I guess. But now what I'm thinking is that they're basically steps. I think it would be a better idea when you were trying to interact with the NPC. It felt like a lot of difficulty because he was too quick. With doing only left click, only it makes it so much easier. Yeah, I agree. I think that if you either people should stop when you're near them, they should stop moving, or you should be able to left click to just be like to wave. Maybe left click is just wave when you're not in interact mode, so that just immediately starts the conversation with the nearest person. Something like that. That could work. A gesture being extents of floats is basically like it just checks to see if the number reaches there. I'm trying to think, is there any gestures where we need 2 dimensions or multiple floats? So up and down, left and right, down, like individual directions. I can't think of any like swirling like that. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. So I think an extent could just, a gesture could just be basically steps or frames of float numbers. Steps, I guess we'll call them steps. So we can say register, and then we say steps of float 64. G.register gestures equals append gesture steps could just be steps like that. Okay, and then we just need to feed it numbers. I guess we should have a name string. And then I need to figure out like, well, we need to provide values to a gesture, or maybe a gesture channel. Because I'm thinking that you might have, let's say you have 2 different, it's Kenta says, why not float 32? Because float 32 is only 4 bytes and float 64 is 8. I would probably normally use float 32 in a normal situation or just in general, but because all of Golang's math is based in float 64, like all of the math library functions like sine and cosine, it's a pain to switch between float 32 and float 64. So I just leave everything float 64 because it's like my vectors are float 64, my matrices are float 64, so it's like, well, I'll just leave everything float 64 because then it doesn't make sense to swap them around. But I do wish it was float 32. If the math library was float 32, then I probably would just use float 32 for everything. And hopefully they do. Let me see. Has that changed? Because I know they added generics. So did they update it? Math 32? Oh, I guess you could do that. Is this just a replacement? I mean, just substituting float 32 for the. Oh, it's just a float 30, a float 32 version of the math library. I like it. I could deal with this. I could work with this. It's a minor, like, cognitive load to have to import math 32 instead of just math for any new project. But once that's over, you can just use it like you normally would any other function. I could work with this. Because we really don't need float 64s all over the place. Sorry for sidetracking you. Oh, no, not at all. Thank you for letting me know or getting me to think about it. This was kind of one of the things I wanted to do, was just have float 32s instead of float 64s. But I was like, well, I don't want to have to constantly convert it. But if I don't have to convert it, then that would be great. So I'm going to add that to Tetra 3D's code here. Or not code, but the to-do list. The Python Jedi server crashed 5 times in the last 3 minutes. The server will not be restarted. Okay. I'm not even using Python right now. It's just like, stop. It's just dying. Okay, okay. Okay, so that's something I could definitely work with. Because if we have float 32s for everything, then we should be able to just use float 32s, which I might be faster, because we should be able to use float 32. Like basically twice the number of float 32s should fit in the CPU's cache than float 64s, ideally or theoretically. In testing, it didn't seem to make a difference, but that might be because I only did it for maybe vectors or matrices. Like like either I did it for vectors or I did it for matrices and not everything else. So that might be why I didn't see much of a result. So we'll see. That might be a massive speed up, which is great. Do I even use? Well, that's also kind of a pain, is that you have to like if you type 0.0 or 1.0 or whatever, it's by default a float 64. So I'd have to like get used to typing float 32. But whatever. I can get used to it. Register gestures, gesture. Okay, cool. So the idea here is that we can register a gesture, and I think it needs to be in a, more cache friendly. Exactly, yeah. The idea is that more numbers should fit in the cache, which would lower the amount of time that it takes the CPU to pull the data from RAM into cache, which should make calculations faster, which is really important for a 3D renderer because we're doing so much math. We're doing so much math constantly. So hopefully it would be faster, but I'd have to see. It would have to reach out to RAM less. So I'm thinking that basically we might want to define like channels and then like maybe register gestures on those channels so that we can have, for example, shake, or as I guess a different example would be like nod and look down are both on the same channel, because we want to know basically if we send, 1, -1, 1, -1, or -1, either of those are valid gestures. Which one should it choose, right? It should choose the appropriate one. So if you do this, that's nod. If you do this, that's sad. So I mean that's sad. So yeah, I'm thinking that maybe you have gesture channels. You define the channel. There's only 2 for the player, and then we can register gestures on those channels and then send numbers to those channels, and then detect on those channels. Okay. What's this? Okay, so you have something like this. Returns gesture channel. Okay, so g dot channels equals name channel, something like that. Cool. All right, and then we can, okay, and then we can channel and value. Okay. Let's see. So, let's see. Up, down. Okay, so then there's like a gesture detection timeout. So let's see, something like this. Gesture timeout should be, well, that's probably the same for everything. Let's say it's half a second to like time out a gesture. So then we send back values. Something like this. And then we say basically if g dot current value equals value. Gestures if gesture dot okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see if gesture dot okay, gesture dot detected. Okay, so now gesture doesn't really look like a real word anymore. For gesture in range, if value greater to gesture dot steps step. All right, so that kind of should do it. I guess we don't need that. That kind of should do it. So we'll see if that gives us somewhere close to correct. I'm just thinking. Okay, let's try this. We'll say this is vertical, horizontal. Let's see, p.gesture detector.channels vertical. Register. Oh, I guess we should do it up here. Okay. Okay, crash because, yeah, nil map. Sad. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see. Gesture channel detected. So what I probably want to do is make it so that there's a timeout. So gesture dot. This should be in the gesture like that. Okay, so if now is after the start of the, I guess, the target time. We need this guy. Okay. Excuse me. So sat could be -1 for multiple quote unquote frames. Okay, a crash is good. It means that something's working. If timed out now after, okay, just timed out now. Oh, right. Let's see. Channel detector is G. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so this should work. Let's see. Okay, so it is working. Step is greater than equal to length. Gesture at steps -1. Current step. Is gesture? It is a pointer. Gesture current step. Gesture is a pointer. Okay, register gestures. No, let's see. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Why is this? Why do I have it in a smaller window? Let's see. Next gesture dot current step plus. Next gesture current step. Gesture detection target. It's time that now to add. Gesture detection timeout. Is gesture, the only thing that comes to mind is that gesture isn't like the same every frame. I don't think that'll give me any information, but yeah, something about that's off. That's the same current step. Okay, time. No, that's right. Forgive me, I'm dumb. Hold on. Forgive me, I'm stupid. Am I stupider than... Oh. I am stupid. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Is this working now? I think I'm close. One, two. I guess what we want to do is probably something like this. Get this. Yeah, I have to work on the timing element, but I think we're on the right track. Why is this 1, 2, and then that's it? Why is it resetting? Oh, maybe it should be this. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Because I mean, like, this is... I have 3 slots here, right? Yeah. I'm stupid. Just give me a second, because I'm stupid. So this is never even calling this. So I guess is it just working? I guess maybe it's just working. Let me see. Okay, I guess it's just working. Alright, so if gesture detected, okay, so then we can, yeah, we can clear the detection. Alright, so I think that's right. Sad. Sad. Yeah, okay. And then nod would be next. Now the problem is that really we don't want it to be that far. Let's say 0.5. Like that. Oh, we got a nod. Okay, so this is a start. We got a nod and we got a sad. So what we want to do is basically, I guess what we want to do is probably make it so that, like, if you go like let's say you have 2, because this is basically just a combo system for a fighting game essentially, whereas like you have two moves. One is down, down, down. One is up, down, up. If you go up, down, the second one that goes down, down, down shouldn't be triggered. It shouldn't even come up because it's like, oh, you're going for the other one. So I think this is a good start, because I'm thinking what I probably want to do is make it so that like you can input an input and then wait, right? Then you input another input. How do I want to do this? I'm like, how does this work? Okay, well, there's a nod. But see, we're getting sads in there even though we're only nodding. Once it gets a value that's not that, I guess it should reset the gesture. But see, I guess that's not going to work because it's going to go up, and as soon as we are no longer in that range, it's going to be a problem. So we need a grace period of some description. I mean, that's essentially what detection target's supposed to be. I guess what we really want is maybe something like this. Where it only doesn't, or it only resets the steps if we're outside of the grace period. Now SAT is triggering. Yeah, it's sad. Okay, the core idea is there. The core idea is there. I just have to actually like implement it properly. But when I do implement it properly, it's gonna be sick, because then you'll just be able to nod and like continue a conversation. I also need to make sure that I guess what I want to do, I'm doing this the wrong way, I already know. What I probably want to do is make it so that you don't even have to like make a huge like sweeping nod. Like this should be enough for a nod. So rather than like going for points you have to hit, I probably should identify a pattern and then like capture. That's probably what I should do. Capture we'll say I have a buffer of like 1 second, so 60 frames of float values, capture the mouse, whatever number, it doesn't have to be the mouse, but in this case the mouse's vertical movement the past 60 seconds, 1 second of, or maybe 1.5 seconds of float values, normalize those values so that instead of going from 0 to 0.2 to 0.1 to negative, make it so that instead of going like this, they go like this, and then compare that against the desired pattern. So basically just be like, out of the gestures, whatever gestures we have, in this case 2, which one matches the most, and is the match greater than, is the accuracy match greater than 40%, 60%? If so, go with that one. That's really it. It's not that complicated. I'm doing this the wrong way. All right, I'm happy with that outcome. I know how this works now. I just want to write down my idea here. I'm doing this the wrong way. What I should do is capture the past 1.5 seconds or so of values, compare, normalize them, compare against them against the gesture. Which itself would also okay. Cool. So that's the idea. All right, this is gonna be dope. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be sick once I get it working, and I don't think it's that complicated. I think it's rather simple, actually. Okay. It's just searching super slow. Here we go. Because then we could do nods, we can do sad, we can do shaking your head, and really that I probably should combine the channels together, because I don't want a nod and a no, a yes and a no, right? Those are two mutually exclusive movements. That means that I need to make vertical and horizontal be the same, right? In terms of like, they both can exist in the same space. Okay, that's something else I'll need to do. While this is loading, what shall I do? Okay, so last time we were working on getting this like dragging system to work, where you can drag a card onto another one and it will like insert itself, as I recall. So that's what we're going to be working on today. We got to get this work done. Also, I've been playing Endless Dungeon. That's been a lot of fun. Let's change the music. Let's go with this one. All right, well, if this is going to take a while, I might boot up Endless Dungeon. Let's see. I barely touched any games lately. Oh yeah, that's good, dude. That's good. It's good to be busy and to be focused on other things. Games can be fun, but they can take a lot of time and effort. And it's just like, I should probably, I haven't actually been playing that much. Like the past couple days I've been playing a lot, but like, that's just because I just picked it up. Otherwise, I'm like, yeah, you want to be too busy working on projects to play games. You want to be too busy making games to play them, rather than being like, oh man, I can't put it down. Sucked into learning. That's good. Learning is good. Oh, that's what this is from. Okay. All right, well, this might actually take a while, so let's go back. I guess we'll go back and work on that some more. Okay, so the general idea now, because, let's see, current step, okay. Like, this really could be in a different package, so we can kind of like simplify this a little bit, but I think the idea here is fine. We don't need this, we don't need that. Don't need this anymore. So we just define gestures. Yeah, still building. Okay, so we register gestures here. That. That, okay, and then we can just say update with values, which in this case I don't want to make it so that it has to be a 2 float system. If it's flexible, that'd be good, because then we could kind of like adjust it. So maybe it just has to be a slice of floats. And then we can just say the current buffer. A slice of, let's see, 4 slices. I mean, we could do this via an array, but that's okay. We'll just do it like this. Something like this, and then we just say if length buffer is greater than 120. Oh, here we go. Okay. That's for another day. I'm so, like, I feel like I'm not that close. I still have to normalize it. I still have to smooth these. Like, how close am I? How close am I? Let's do it. I'm sorry. I didn't intend for this to happen, but I'm like, how close am I, dude? Okay. G.buffer should be like G.buffer, like from, we want to keep the, because if it's appending stuff to the end, we want to sub out the beginning. Okay. So up to the length. We don't do that. Like, all right, so does this make sense? That's like 1. Okay. Well, we already know we're appending 1 at a time. Let's do it like that. Okay, so then we just basically and steps. So what I want to do here it's like this. I mean, really, I guess we could just do it here. Alright, so now we say 0 I is less than. So the idea here is that we can give it steps like maybe -1, 1, -1, 1, and then it should basically become like -1 easing down to 1 a quarter in and then going back up like that. So in order to do this smoothly, we have to, I guess we could use ease. We use the ease in or in function. Then we can say linear time is let's see. Right, steps. So time should be like 1 over 120, like this, right? Times I. That's not correct. Oh, these are float 32s too. So what we want to do is we want to, and this would have to be a float 32. Let's see, B, C, D. D is duration, beginning, change. Time, beginning, change, duration. Okay, so time, whoops. Time is, I guess we could just do 1. Hold up. Because what we want to do is we want to ease between points. Between 0 and 1, 1 and 2, 2 and 3. Okay, so then we just need to do something like this. Hold on, let me think. Time 0, beginning 0, end, length. I guess we can do it like this. Duration 1, right? And then we want to, oh. We want to, given a value that changes, which is, this would be I here. And I guess we could just say gesture size, like that. How does this take a float 32? Oh, because it's untyped, I guess. Okay, so that should give us it, I think. All right, so now we go over here. Now we don't even have any of this stuff. We just say p.gesture detector.register. And steps, 64, and then we say steps. Turns it. Okay, so then we can register nod. Oh, but it has to be a. That's right. That's right. That's right. It's gotta be a slice of slices. Some amount of slices. Step array. Okay, cool. Step array. Okay. All right, so something like that should kind of do it. Got distracted. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Just give me a second. I got distracted. I'm sorry. Okay. So, all right, so these are all increasing. These should not be 0. Let's see. T beginning change. D duration. Let him cook. Yes, thank you, Kenta. Yes, let me cook. Indeed, let me cook. How is this not working? Linear C times T, change times time divided by duration plus B for beginning. Beginning is 0. Change is length steps. Did I not provide any steps? I don't provide any steps. Okay, that's why. So we want to do something like this. I'm trying to think of if there's a better way to do this, but I don't think there is. So it would be like nothing on the x-axis, and then we're nodding like this, right? Okay, so now we have numbers that increase over 120 frames, going from 0 to 1 on the 30th frame, 2 on the 60th frame, 3 on the 90th frame, and then, yeah, just shy. Okay, cool. So now what we can do is we should be able to get the values in between these values. So step 1 would be the integer portion of v, and then step 2 would be mod v modulo 1. Or I guess we would want mod. No. Oh, okay. So this is step 1, step 2. Okay. So now we should have step 1, step 2, which should basically be like, yes. Cool. Exactly. So now this is percent. And now we want step 2 to just be I mean, I think that's basically it. We just want to say step array equals append steps 64 like this. That's gonna be, but I don't know the amount. I don't know the size. This is gonna be a 64 like that and 4i. steps. Hold on, I'm cooking, but it's taking brain power. Okay, so steps. Step 1. I guess this could just be step. Because step is right. Okay, value gotta be cooked to perfection. I'm trying. Okay, so step is like 0, 1, 2, 3. So then what we want to do is take the percent and ease on in. Ease the value between those two. Okay. So step array is this. All right. So what we want to do. Okay. Yeah. It's working. So we have -1, and then at this point here, it turns into 0, 1. And then it turns back into -1 here. Okay, so it is working. So now what we want to do, we just need to blend between the values. So we have the value, the starting value. We just need to blend against the next starting value. So for now, I think we can just, this is fine, but we might want the easy function to be something else. For this part. Value. Please. Time is going to be percent. Beginning is 0. Change is 1. Oh, no. Beginning is value. And we want the change to be steps int step +1. What the heck am I on? What is this? Why did I do this? Duration, it's 1, I guess. I don't know, man. I think this is right. But turn it into a float 64 because I'm stupid. Is that right? I kind of feel like it might be. Okay, hold up. Go all the way back. So we have 0, -1, 0, -0.9693. It goes down. Right, is -0.5 right here? Oh my gosh, I got it. Here's 1, 0, 1. No. It should be 0 here at the 0.5. I did it wrong. Ease func percent value, next value. I think it should be next value minus value. Yeah. Still gonna crash. But let's see here. So 0.5 should be 0. There we go. -1, 0. Then it goes up to 1. Right here. Yep. Okay, I think we got it. So now we just need to say if length I is equal to all right, I think that should do it. I was wrong. I is greater than or equal to... Oh no, it should be probably... if step. Yeah, my bad. If step is greater than or equal to length steps. Okay, I'm almost there, dude. I'm so close. -1. Oh, well, yeah, it needs, hold on. Oh, I guess the next value would be 0 then. I mean, the next step would be 0. Yeah, okay. No, wait, hold on, because it's going -1 to 1 to -1 to 1. So why is it not working here? Steps. I'm close, I think. I'm close, dude. I feel like I'm close, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's do a couple things here to make it a little simpler. Let's say the gesture buffer size is just 4. Just to make it easy. -1, 1, -1, 1. Okay. Let's say it's 8. -1, 0, 1, 0, -1, 0, 1, 0. This should be 0. Or should it? -1, 1, -1, 1. Oh. Yeah, it has to go back to 0. So I guess it has to go back to the start. Like it loops. I guess that's fine. Either it starts from 0 and goes up or down, or it starts at the beginning and then goes back to, yeah, it's a loop. Okay. So this would be next value equals steps int step, or steps 0 rather. All right, I think that might be it. I'd be close enough to get to call close enough. Why am I doing this? All right, so it seems like it loops. Seems like it loops. Okay. Wild. All right. I'm just like, what? All right, cool. So I think it's working. So if it's working, then I should be able to capture the values and then compare them against gestures. So I guess I need to pass the detector. Like that. So name. Is it constructed that you can easily add new gestures without having to refactor? Should be, yeah. I mean, like, I don't think I'll never need to add new gestures. I think it's gonna be where the gestures are gonna, yeah, like, I think it shouldn't be an issue. Like, the way it's constructed, it should work. Like, I don't think I'll need to add new gestures during gameplay. That's something I thought about, but I said, well, I think I want it to be where like the gestures are fixed. But yeah, it should be made in such a way where I can just add new ones. So we just say detector. I think I'm gonna make something for this. Something like that. And then you could just say this is a gesture step. Then I can say gesture step or against other gesture step. All right, so then we can say for V in range S, V2 equals other I. If is V2 minus V, that's this. Okay, so I guess what I want to do is make probably the like error. So errors are like 0.0 and it adds up, and then we divide it by gesture buffer size. Do that to get basically the error against a step. Then we just do that for every step to get. Oh, I probably should have made this. That's fine. This is fine. Okay, so 2. Okay, so all right. So I think this is good. So now we can just say for gesture and range g dot gestures, gesture dot name, and also gesture dot accuracy, and that should give us something. Okay, so it doesn't crash. That's already a good sign. So we have nod, or I guess you could just say yes. And then we have no, which is the same thing but in reverse for X instead of Y. Okay, and then we go over here and we just say p.gesture detector dot update, and then we just pass look.x and y. Did I put it here? I did. Okay. Crashed. Oh, because the buffer. I didn't think I have to do that. Maybe I do. Yeah, I shouldn't have to do that. Let's see. Oh, the detector. The detector. Okay. I guess it would be good to pass the buffer. Okay, so now accuracy is... Okay. Let's see how this works. Yeah, that's not right. Let's see. Error comparison. Oh, that's part of it. It should be length. Okay, so no is higher. Yes is higher. By a bit. Okay, so there's it's not perfect, but it is working. Oh, that's right. I forgot I had to normalize those values. That's right. Accuracy, right. Okay. I didn't mean for this to be an entire stream, dude. Oh, man, I'm sorry. But I didn't mean, no. I didn't mean for this to happen. Okay. How do we normalize values here? I mean, I've normalized before. I'm just trying to see how to do it. I'm trying to remember. Oh, I have to normalize probably after. Maybe I don't need to. Oh, I do need to normalize it, but I think I need to also get like the center point. Like if I do like this, that should count as a nod. Like you shouldn't have to go like from like level up and down. You should be able to do it like above or below. Like this should count as a nod. That should count as a nod. So we have to basically like take the numbers, get the average, and then normalize along those values. I think I complicated it by making a gesture step be a float slice, because in truth, even though we don't want yes and no to both be a possibility at the same time, either you're nodding or not, or you're shaking your head, really it's not realistic that you would be able to do both. You would nod, or even if you did both at the same time, the game would just choose one. It doesn't have to, like, it wouldn't get confused. It would just be like which one goes first. If it, like, basically it shouldn't get into a situation where it's confused. So I think the channel system was good because that allowed us to kind of simplify the design considerably. This is overly complicated. I'm not gonna do MasterPlan, I'm sorry. I'll have to come back to that. I'll do it on my own later on, because this is like, I'm too deep. I'm just too deep into this. Yeah, but it's like I'm right on the cusp of it working. That's the thing. Like, it's not like, oh, this is gonna be like another 3 hours. No, I'm pretty much there. I mean, like, we already have yes and no being detected pretty accurately. Like, yes is higher than no here. No is higher than yes here by a little bit. So it's like it's working, not reliably, but it is working. I think it would help a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna go back and kind of rework this. I don't like this float slice system because it's overly complicated. But I do like making types. I do like types. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna call this, instead of a gesture step, this will be a gesture buffer. So you can compare gesture buffers to each other. Does that make sense? Because then you provide steps. You wouldn't have a gesture buffer. These would just be float 64 detector. Okay, step array is just a gesture buffer. All right, so then we just loop through. This is still correct from I to gesture buffer size. I to steps. Okay, step percent. That's still fine, I think. V. I mean, really, I guess we don't need to do that. We can just, it can just be a float 64. That's fine. But I mean, like, what if I want a more complicated gesture, though? What if a gesture is like a... There's got to be a better way to do this for that. If I want like a complicated, like multi-angle gesture. No way. Hold up. Maybe I'm doing this entirely incorrectly. Maybe there's a super simple way to do this now that I think about it. Because I mean, I can just read inputs, dude. Like I could just be like, did you look up, and then did you look down, and then did you look up, and did you look down? Yeah? All right, then that's a yes. I'm just like, how would I know that you looked up? Like, the axis is pulling. Well, I guess if it pulls greater than a dead zone, then there it is. So this is basically, like I mentioned, this is a combo thing. So this is just... It actually might be this simple now that I think about it. Okay, so this should be a lot simpler because the idea here there's an error here. Where? Oh, I'm not using this. Can I get a theme that actually has? Yeah, this information. I need that line. These colors, because that tells me where an error is. And I would like to be able to tell that. Okay, let's go with this for now. All right, so I think we're on the right track now, because we should be able to just be like, yo, register as yes if I put in action look up, down, up, down. Then I go back over here and I just basically would like to know what movements we made. So I guess we could just say now, something I'm thinking about is it should have to like retrieve the movement for enough time. So maybe something like this. Shortness is greater than 1. All right, something like this. Yeah, so I think this probably is the better approach rather than messing around with stuff like that. That just felt like overly complicated. That's probably the way you do it for a real gesture, but I mean, like, I feel like this is not, it doesn't need to be that complicated. The determination to get it done is real. I'm trying, man. I'm like, let's see, detected G dot movement index. Okay, so the decay is, it needs to decay faster, I think. I mean, slower. Sureness. Wait. Hold, whoa. Wait. Okay, hold on. Because we no way, dude. This is no way. No way. It's interesting because like it's surprisingly good. It's surprisingly good. I thought that it was gonna be like so kludgy, but it actually like you don't have to be super aggressive with it. Dang, that's really good. That's actually really good. Like you can be pretty mild, you can be pretty minor, and it still detects it. It works better when it's quick. When it's quick and fierce, but when it's like slight, it still picks it up pretty well. That's pretty good. I think I want it to be better. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure what. Hold on. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Oh, it detects even off screen. Maybe if the sureness went up faster, and it works both ways, that the player does it quick or smooth. Yeah, like it works pretty well. That's a little better. Yeah, that's pretty good. And sureness could probably die faster too. No, maybe the sureness should die out at the good rate, because I have to make the sureness die out so that basically, like, if you take too long, it doesn't like still think you're shaking your head if you like. Well, no, it should do that. It should die out. Let me see. It should like kind of wait. This is a better design, I think, because should die out probably within like if like in a second, half a second. It should kind of like. Yeah, let's say it's 1 second. So no, let's say it's 2 seconds. And them tiny nods. Nah, actually 1 second's probably good, because you probably wouldn't like if you do like a that's a nod, right? That's a head shake. Yeah, so I think that the sureness dying out is pretty good, because we don't want you to like look around. How does it reset back so it's in a natural state? It actually never, because it's reading basically the inputs of the. Because it's reading the inputs of the input system in game, it just basically is reading the mouse moving. So just like the mouse drives the camera to look left and right and up and down, I never have to like reset to the natural state, because it's like it's looking for right to begin the head shake, and then when it detects any movement right, it's like, okay, that's the beginning, and then it looks for left. And then once it detects left, it says, okay, that's next. So it doesn't really matter where the mouse is. It just detects it. That's really good. Like, I don't mind it like detecting gestures while you're walking around. Like, that's fine. It just has to. I mean, like, could you imagine like going into a bar and, you know, someone being like, "Oh, do you want a drink?" And you're like, "Yeah," and they give you the drink. That's so wild, dude. This is a wild system. This is wild. Hello, what can I do for you? And you're like, keep going. Well, that might be annoying. Maybe left click is like continue, and you just can answer yes or no questions like that. Wait, let me check that out. I want to see, does it detect? So it gets confused basically if you're like at a diagonal, but otherwise it's pretty accurate then. That's really accurate, dude. That's really good. That's really good. This is opening some fun interactions. Yeah, I could see that. Like I could see there's so much, you know, you can nod to people. You can nod maybe to people who are passing by, like, what up? And they like nod back. Oh, there's so much cool stuff here. He cooked it to perfection. Maybe I did. Maybe I ended up cooking it pretty well. All right, I'm gonna do something kind of crazy. I'm gonna keep going because I want to do something kind of crazy where if we nod, it begins conversation with someone you're looking at. I think that would be cool because I have a message passing system already built in where you can pass messages and just, you know, say, you know, it'll messages will go out to the game universe. So like, yeah, the stream tile change. Yeah, I guess so. More game development. Man, I feel sorry for people who wanted to see me do MasterPlan, dude. I didn't mean to do this. I did not mean to do this. It just I kept going, man, and I was like, I just need a little bit more. I just need a smidge further. And I mean, but the end result is really good. The end result is really good. I partially apologize for sidetracking. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No problem. So I'm thinking that, like, let's see. It would be cool if you could nod to people. And maybe that opens the dialogue. Does that make sense? I mean, I feel like that. I don't want to overdo this because I feel like even though it's cool that I have it working, this is something that you can't do constantly. This is annoying. This is annoying to look at. It's annoying to do constantly. I could see doing it once in a while, like in a conversation, like that. But I can't do it constantly. Like, the idea of starting a conversation by nodding at the person is really cool. I like that, but I don't want to make it so that nodding is the default interaction. But I do like the idea of opening a conversation with a nod. Perhaps only with certain NPCs. I feel like the strength of it is being able to nod at anyone. The strength of it is the power of the nod is being able to just go like, what up, to everybody. Like that's the fun of it. So like, you can use it at any time in a conversation. You can nod, the power of the nod. Like that's the cool thing about it is that it's just like something everyone can kind of do. And everyone understands what you mean when you nod at them. They just nod back. So like, it would be cool if that interaction, maybe that's the only way to start a conversation is to nod at people, and then they talk to you, and then you can advance by left clicking. And then you can answer like that. Yeah, that kind of works. That's kind of annoying too, but I kind of like it though. I kind of like how like annoying it is. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's so annoying for people to watch, but at the same time, it's annoying for me to do. But that's at the same time, that's the power of the nod, dude. I mean, I guess I could do like sup, like that, like just a small like that is sup, and then a nod is something different. I mean, you're gonna do that constantly, like you're gonna, any kind of vertical movement is a sup. But I like the idea though. Okay, so even though I want to be able to do that and have him like take note of it, we'll keep it simple. We'll keep it simple. I don't want you to have to right click to interact with people. You can talk to them by just left clicking on them. So maybe we'll do that. So let's see. Okay. Message talk. Okay, message talk. Okay. Message talk, point of interest. Alright. If use check, possible to use, can use. Alright, so we just have to do this. Well, I guess I don't have to do it like that. I can just do it over here. The camera base rotates. And then does the camera rotate? X. Oh yeah. Okay, so the camera base rotates both. All right. Okay, so test those. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. So then, yeah, probably. Let's see. Collision. Use check message talk. Okay. Oh. So let's move the player closer. Yeah, that's weird. All right, so let's see. Oh, I see. All right, so once they receive I guess this could just be one interact. All right. Okay, so that's working. Should be a little bigger instead of 3. Let's go for 4 for the radius, or 2. Let's go for 4. If he's toggleable, then set talk check. Then it to him again, but this time that interact through. Just done. He's just like, yeah, if it's like, okay, interacted. Otherwise, routine switch block. Okay, well that definitely seems correct. Okay. What do I do differently? What's Oh, no, it should be. Oh, whoops. I forgot to set the. No. Am I misunderstanding something? Okay, so this definitely should be working. For some reason it's not actually working. There we go. Okay, that's better. I think I fit there. It's kind of insane. I just squeezed through. All right. Yeah, okay, so this is where stuff happens. All right, so here's where we get, this is where we get spicy. So what we're gonna do now is, I guess we can send a message, huh? Or did I, is it types? Where did I, no, where did I, not messages? Okay, it's right there. All right, we want a message. Well, I guess we could just do it here. Not cool. Cool. All right, so now we just go over here and we just have to send a message. So I guess we could just nod. We could just dispatch a nod in general. I guess. Let's see. Let's say, I guess, I suppose. We could just do it like this. Okay. So if we say yes, then just send this, and we don't care where it goes. Okay, so we could do this, then we go back over here to NPC and we just basically are waiting for a message in this talk block. It'd be great if I could like, oh yeah, I could, couldn't I? Instead of interacted, we can call a callback that we're looking at here. We can say like if I mean, I guess we could do this with like a channel maybe. That we clear out every frame or something, because then we could receive the message in here. We could read the message in here. Or I guess we could just have a list of messages, yeah. And then we just go down here and we say in that, and then we just say there we go. Then we can just, we don't even have to have that. Then we can just go back up here and just say if npc.received messages 0. Something like that. There's probably a better way to do this, but for now this is fine. All right. Cool. All right, so this should still work. Yep. Partially. Let's see if m.interact. I guess we don't really need an interact variable. No, I guess that's fine. Yeah. Let's see. Receive talk message. Use talk message. Oh, I'm doing yeah, this here. I don't want to do that there. I want to do that. No, I do want to do that there. Because we... Oh, no, I guess we don't want to do that there. Don't we want to do that there? Don't we want to do that there? Let me see something real quick. Try to print something out. Where am I printing something out? Is it... Receive talk message. What I'm trying to do is basically like make it so that I can receive a message. Okay, yeah, so that's definitely doing what I thought it was. So it's 2 messages. Oh, I see. Because what I want to do is basically be able to like look at messages from within my function. So that like yes and no. I feel like this is gonna take even longer than the last one. It's gonna be a slow cook. I don't think so. I'm pretty close. Because I'm just kind of refactoring something. I want to basically have it so that messages that I receive in my NPC come from somewhere. Like they come from the player. So you can be like yes or no, you know, like that. It should receive that message. But the issue is okay. Let's not overcomplicate it. Okay, so let's see where we stand here. It should be working again, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I want to be able to nod there. So what we can do, say wheel choice. Say if npc.interacted. This can be consolidated here, but okay. All right, that looks clean, right? That looks clean. So now we just say if yes. All right, so this can be simplified a lot, but for now, how do I want to do this? I guess we'll just do it like manually like this. All right. So if answer yes. I mean, there's a couple ways this could go. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do these. I've never done these kind of branching paths with this routine system, so this is a good test. So there's a couple ways this could go. I mean, we could put it in a property. Like, what I'm thinking is that, like, how do I want a branch to work? Because we could define like different blocks and jump to those blocks, but I don't really want to have to do that if I don't have to. I could do just like this. If answer yes, then we say something else. But answer yes is only true like on one frame. I feel like there's multiple ways this could go, but I guess we'll just go with the simple approach. If answer yes. I don't suppose you're ever planning of using something like ink for branching dialogues. No. I'm looking it up right now. I always thought that that was like, not that ink. Not this ink. Give me ink. Okay, this, yeah. Never thought of it. Maybe this could work. But the problem with this, like, well, is there a one for Go? I don't think there is. I wouldn't have thought there was. Specifically for Unity, okay. Not here. port for go anytime. Good tests. Yeah. Okay. Did this guy ever make a port? He did not. It's writing interpreter. Got it. Okay. So it just never happened. There's someone from 2022 ink caller. Call ink. Okay, this might work. Using JS? Nah, that won't work. This might work. Using JavaScript? This ain't gonna work. I don't think this will work. But maybe I could do something similar. Maybe I could make a similar kind of scripting language specifically for it. Because I mean, like, well, I mean, do I need so? I mean, like the routine system I have is a little wordy, but it also is like kind of programmatic. So I don't mind it being wordy if it allows me to do complicated things simply because it's Go, rather than needing to maintain a big scripting language myself to implement features that are, you know, relatively minor in Go, relatively basic. So I'm wondering, like, how can I make this work the way I want it? So I wanted to be able to say this and then is waiting for an answer, yes or no. But then what should it do here? How do I get this to be a different block? Because answer yes and no aren't always true. I mean, I guess I could just make them always true. Like they trigger, they're there until wait, hold on. Okay. What I'll do, I can put this into the properties system. Yeah, I'll just use the property system. Okay, so I can just say here, does this not have a, oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Then I can go over here, I can say okay, so then we go back over here. All right, so now we come back over here. We can just set text like this. then we don't have answer yes or no or interacted better. Why did I make this more complicated than it needed to be? Okay, so now we can say okay. Let's see how this works. Oh, I don't know if I actually... No, I should receive this message, right? Am I not sending it? Or am I... Did I not register the dispatch? I did not. Okay. Okay, that actually is kind of cool. I mean, I probably should just make different blocks for this. Maybe I could do like blocks within blocks. Like I could define a block in here. Gotta head out. Was a ton of fun. See you next time. Okay, thanks for watching. It's been real, and yeah, it's shaping up, I think. Oh, I have to... No, I'm right there, dude. It has interact. Oh, interacted. Why is it interacted? Well, whatever. Oh, okay, yeah. And then the prop needs to destroy, basically, afterward. Okay, so for this purpose. Oh, all right. So there's problems with like strings. I need to like, you know, kind of like I need to make constants and stuff like that. But there's definitely some cool stuff going on here. You, sir. That's pretty cool. I'm pretty satisfied with that. Yeah. So there's so we only want to say yes. We only want to accept a message if we're at a prompt where we're we're looking for an answer. So excuse me. So I mean, we could destroy the properties before here, like this, which means we can make a function that does this. So even if we do this and we talk, yeah, there we go. Yeah. Cool. Answer yes, don't answer no. Let's see. I'm not sure why it's resetting. Let's say what do I do for you? Yeah, I'm wondering why it's like why the text is retyping. Let's see. Oh, that would be better. That would be better. That would be better. I could make a choices thing that basically like takes a function and then executes a chain. Yeah, that would be better. Perhaps that has yes. Text was yes. It was quite like interacted. Let's see. Why does it do that? It's sending message talk, which defaults to being empty, but only the answers are there. Let me see. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it's being set to blank. Where is the text being set? Oh, is that Ian's text is being set here? Talking is because it's black. Talk. It's to be expected. Let me see. Oh, that's why. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Okay. Undo all this mess. This needs to be done here. My bad. That works. Very cool. Okay, so I'm going to leave, but before I do, I think I want to make a choices thing for this, where basically you can specify a function that must equate to being true, and then it will run a sequence of commands. So we can say so we can display this text, then have a choice that basically says like yes, if props says yes, then yeah, that's the way to do it. Okay. I don't know if I want to do it right now, but I'm hungry, but at the same time I'm like I'm on it, dude. I'm my brain is active. Okay, I'm not gonna do this right now. My brain it's I'm tired. But the idea is basically it checks to see if a function is true, and then if so, then it runs some code. I guess it would have to be like this. Yeah. Something like this. Am I crazy? What's the... Oh. Okay. I'm already keyed in. All right. If c dot pairs, c dot index. So I'm thinking like you have a I guess it should be a choice function, and it returns maybe an index. Let me see. So you have a choice, and you're like, if a value is 0, choice pair struct if func. Because you could run like one function for all of the controls. Well, I have to think about this some more, because I think what I wanted to do was ideally have like basically something where it's like you basically can pass the name of the property to check for and the value you want to see. And determine like, oh, if it's yes, then do these things. And if it's no, then do these things. And ideally, I want the choices to be destroyed beforehand. Like the choices object should do that for me. Maybe I could have like a temporary properties. Or maybe each block can have its own property. Well, you don't even need a block, you need a temporary properties that's for like each spot like this. Each of these controls should have its own properties. I gotta think about it. All right, I gotta think about this some more. But once I get it working, oh buddy, you better believe it's gonna be incredible. It's gonna be wild. All right, anyway, thank you very much for watching. It's been like 4 hours. I'll catch you guys on the flip side next time. I've been SolarLoon. If you want to check out development, please check out Tetra 3D. Please check out MasterPlan on itch and on Steam. Please check out my Patreon, patreon.com/SolarLoon. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. I have a Discord too. Check the links here on Twitch. All right, thanks. See ya.